So this is the first time I've ever done a prenatal class recorded for you to enjoy at home. So I want you to take your time, find a space where you can set it up deliberately for your practice. It's okay if you're on carpet. We're not going to do anything crazy today that would really need you to be on hardwood floors, and hardwood floors, if you haven't, is great. Be in a space where you can be alone, where you can make this private if that's more peaceful for you, and also feel free to set up places for your kids next to you. If you're a mama of more than one, you can invite your kids right next to you on the mat. Chances are your baby can go right here on the mat. This is a prenatal and a postnatal flow. All ages invited. You're probably going to see at some point my cat Cameo appearance. Back and forth, she loves to flow on me when I'm here. So if your animals are invited, that's great too. Again, you're encouraged to choose whatever environment is best for you. We're going to start in a comfortable seat. I want you to prop yourself up with anything you'd like. You don't have to have official pillows at home. You can have just any kind of bolster or regular item. So I want you to find a seat and place your hands on your thighs. And if you're pregnant, notice baby. Invite them into the practice right away with your breath. And drop in. I love bringing one hand to my chest so I can start to really feel the breath behind my collarbones. This is where I hold a lot of my tension. So bringing peace there and beauty there. First thing is really important for me. Keep breathing. Invite your smile into the practice. You can start to sway a little bit if that feels good to you, true to you. Again, we're practicing stillness. Being okay with sitting still. Notice if you really badly want to check your phone right now. See if you can put it in the other room. Notice if there's a baby drawing your attention away. Be present to that. Keep coming back to your breath. And go ahead and reach up if hands are free and stretch up into the ceiling. Drop your right hand down. Reach up and over with your left arm. Take another full breath in. Roll your chest up into the ceiling. And then switch sides. Left hand down, right arm up. Big roll open. Look under your right arm. And then let that movement become more organic, stretching you side to side. Again, if you've got kiddos, this is a seaweed posture. So make it playful for them and encourage that everybody's paying attention to their breathing for this 60 minutes. You're one of my pregnant mamas. Keep hugging baby close and feel the stretch in your side body. If that starts to move into round ligament pain at all, really on your left side, then just back off a little bit. You can stretch right up into the ceiling instead. And keep inviting your joy, the smile that's coming from right here into your practice. Practice linking one inhale after the other. The exhales are the purging. They're equally as necessary. Go ahead and roll forward so you're on all fours. And start to take little sways with your hip and then come right into a cat pose. Take a full breath in here. See if you can hug baby close if you're pregnant. And then come to tabletop if you're pregnant, cow pose if you're not. Dropping your belly all the way down, pushing your heart forward. Find an a tucking of your toes, but it's lightweight back there. Full breath in. And cat pose, breathe out. Cow pose, drop your belly, lift your gaze. Again, tabletop for my pregnant mamas. Hug baby close to you in this practice. You just want to keep the lordosis spine, the lumbar really safe from lordosis as you're pregnant. Keep moving through cat and cow. Finding your breath, linking your breath, pretending you're a table if you've got kiddos. Being really strong in your hands and your knees and your feet. And then drop onto your forearms for anybody who's here. Tuck your toes under, come into ski slope. Finish your dolphin pose. See if you can kick yourself 1 foot at a time. My pregnant mamas, if this is too much of an inversion, you can go ahead and drop into child's pose at any time. That goes for any of my moms who are just losing their minds because you're at home right now. That's okay too. You're not actually losing your mind, mamas. You're just being a mama. Take 2 more little kicks on each side, right and left, and then drop back down to your knees. And everybody find that child's pose. So wide knees, straight arms, head down. And always bring a bolster or a pillow. Make room for baby if you're one of my pregnant mamas. Also, this just feels amazing even if you're not pregnant. Okay, see if you can create restoration in your child's pose. Head can be side to side or forehead can be down. Okay, 2 more breaths here. And then whether or not you have your bolster, go ahead and walk your fingertips over to the right. Stretch. You can come up onto tent fingers if that keeps activation for you. You can also just drop all the way down onto your mat. And then switch sides. Full breath in. Feel it on this side of your ribs as you inflate. And then as you exhale, lower, come all the way back to center. This time, find a downward facing dog. You can come through mama bear crouch and then lift your hips up and back. And feel free to pedal it out here. Take 2 or 3 breaths doing that. And then find stillness in your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Press into your pointer fingers and your thumbs as much as you can. Take a full breath in. One more like that. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Kick your left leg up into the ceiling. Bend your knee, open your hip. If it helps you to not feel dizzy, you can look forward at the front edge of your mat here. You can also keep your hips more square and just tuck in. So if you're one of my pregnant mamas, you're hugging baby close right here, even with that knee in the air. And then take any organic movements that feel really good to you here. Rolling out, pressing open, anything that nourishes your hip flexor. Take a full breath in, roll forward, plank pose. Sigh out, down dog. Lift your right leg. Bend and open your hip. And roll out your ankle, roll out your knee, or again, take any organic movements that feel good on this side. Also, again, you can bring the head forward if the inversion's too much, if it makes you feel dizzy. There's also always child's pose, guys. You're only here to practice the breath, to practice your sanity, to switch it up and do something different. Come back to downward facing dog. Roll forward, plank pose. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Do that one more time. Roll forward, plank. Down dog, lift up and back. It's time to lift your left leg up into the ceiling and come forward, low runner's lunge. You can step on the outside edge of your left mat, of your left hand, to your left side of your mat. And then take little tiny rocks forward, back, forward, and back. Waking up the hip flexors. You want to feel heat right here. You want to feel heat in the left hamstring. And you can be on tent fingers like I am here, or you can press into blocks if that's more comfortable. If you don't have blocks at home, anything like a big book, it's a really good choice. Then shift forward, drop your right hand down, reach your left arm up and over, little twist. If you're one of my pregnant mamas, keep baby and belly button pointing down here towards the middle of your mat. And then just stretch up and goal post your arm. Press open your chest. Reach with the crown of your head away from your heel. Then come back and find Skandasana. Open yourself all the way up. So it's really important to keep the right toes pointing up into the ceiling. And this bottom heel can be popped if it's still early and you're still moving slowly. You can also place it all the way down on the mat and bring your hands to your heart, whatever feels best for you guys. You take little organic movements here. Fill yourself up with air. Biggest inhale. And then Spider-Man your way over to the other side. And same rules apply. Flat heel on the right, left toes in the air. You can also be popped up on this heel if it's still early in your body. is warming up this groin area, especially if you are one of my pregnant mamas. Be so kind to yourself as you breathe. Inhale and exhale, and then start to go side to side. And find where this can either feel really buoyant, there's lightness in the hands, or find where it's very grounded and you can really walk all the way back and forth. Feel very sealed to the mat in your practice with your hands and your feet. And keep encouraging your breath in and out. You're gonna land on the right side, so opposite from where we came, and roll all the way back. Left hand's gonna go down. Find that twist on this side. Again, pull your heel and the crown of your head away from one another and goalpost your arm up. Baby and belly button point down to the middle of your mat if you're in this twist. And go ahead and drop that knee down. Come into proposal pose. Reach your hands all the way up. Keep the back toes tucked for a moment. And then lean forward, untuck the back toes, goalpost up through. And then inhale, reach up. Press forward, open. Inhale, reach up. Press forward, open. And for my kiddos that are in this practice with us, this is dragon. So pretend that you're a dragon. Open up through your chest. Can you make a really big noise on your exhale? Ha! Keep moving in a way that opens up your left hip flexor. Take one more press forward. Retuck your back toes. Lean all the way back for half splits. Again, this is a great place for a book. You can also use your water bottle as a block prop. Do that all the time in a power class. Flex through the right toes as much as possible here. And just sit all the way back. This is stretching not only the back of your left, or of your right leg, but it's also stretching the back of your left foot. So if this is really intense, allow it to be intense. Breathe into it. Rock all the way forward and come to the middle of your mat. So you're in a supported goddess pose. So there's lightness in the toes, lightness in the hands, but you're pressing down into blocks or two water bottles or a book, whatever's working for you today. And just start to find shimmy shakes side to side. Keep encouraging your breath in and out. And then parallel the feet, straighten out the legs. And I'm gonna rotate so you can see me a little bit better off of my mat. So you're gonna find a tabletop position. If you've got baby, again, hug close, use those muscles, don't be afraid of that. Then bend laterally into the right knee. Biggest inhale, switch over to the left. So stretching out the groin, staying in this feminine practice on the side of your mat. Big breath in, switch sides, exhale. And big breath in, switch. And you can choose here, you can keep this active where you're really engaging these muscles and they're holding you up completely, or you can keep it more passive, more of a stretch. What do you need today? You can take either. You can also take both. Try a few by engaging the muscles, try a few by just relaxing and making it more passive. The breath means you're doing yoga, stay there. And come all the way back to that mini goddess. Right at the center of your mat, and then bring your hands to your knees. Start to find lightness in the toes, sway side to side. And then come all the way up, keep that lightness, create Anjali Mudra at the heart center. You can create locust pose. Or lotus mudra. In your hands, just keep finding this rock. If you're pregnant, you can hold on to baby here. If you're not pregnant and your hip flexors need love, you can hold on to your hips. Find straight arms, straight legs, breathe in. Goddess pose, breathe out. Good, reach up, breathe in. Goddess pose, reach out. Two more like this. And goddess. Nice, reach up. Goddess pose. Straight arms, straight legs. Rotate all the way down to the front side again and drop into proposal pose on your left knee. Really good, you guys. And we're gonna take dragon here as well. Anjaneyasana, untuck that back toe. Reach your hands up, breathe in,
fold forward, press forward. The stretch is coming here from shoulder to shoulder and also in that right hip flexor. Make sure you can wiggle the front toes. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, exhale. 2 more, fill up. Empty. Inhale and empty out. Tuck through the back toes. Press all the way back again. You can bring a water bottle underneath one of your hands. If you've got baby inside of you, bring your hand to baby. Just breathe. Maybe bring your hand to your heart. Notice it's beating. And tell yourself you can do this. This thing that you're doing that's requiring you to be online with me today instead of in person, doesn't really matter the reason. Doesn't really matter the time. Be really proud of yourself that you're doing this. Come all the way back forward. And then come back into that high lunge shape. Press up, reach up, breathe in. Goddess pose, breathe out. So we're gonna take a few rotations of this. I want you to pivot on your left toes. Come into a mini high lunge and then straighten out the back leg. Lift up through the arms and the feet. Squeeze through your glutes. Glide all the way back to goddess. Pivot through the back toes. Mini high lunge. Into full high lunge. Accentuate the posture. And then come back to center. Pivot. Breathe in. Reach up to the right. And then come back to center. Fullest inhale, squeeze through the muscles. So it's really important to keep this active and protect all of the ligaments that are here in your pelvic bone. So squeeze through the muscles in and then out. You can bring your hands down too if they're no longer serving you up high. You can be right here at your hips. You can hold on to baby the whole time. Find what feels really good for you and your body. There's no how-tos or supposed-tos in yoga. There's just breath. Just getting to know what feels good for you. There's getting to know that you can push yourself a little bit further and that that's okay. I'm in the fire with you. I feel the heat that's happening here and the heat's not bad. Just is. There just is fire. Come all the way back to center. Straight arms, straight legs. Find that reprieve. Find wide leg forward fold. Fingertips can come all the way up so you're not all the way down. If that feels good, you can also fold all the way over your legs. Drop your head so your neck is long. Take 3 big breaths here before you have to go anywhere. Stay in your wide-legged forward fold. I'm just going to speak to you from the monitor. And keep seeing if you can drop your whole spine out of your low back, out of your pelvic bone, onto the floor in front of you. You're creating traction in all of those joints. Take 1 more full breath in. Straight arms, straight legs. Reach all the way up into the sky. Get there however you'd like to. And then find a warrior 2 towards your right leg. Miniature peaceful warrior. Reach up into the ceiling first and then find side angle. Elbow to your knee, reach up. And we're going to do this little rotation of reaching up first. And then side angle, switch. So almost like you're cherry picking it up into the sky with your right hand. And then with your left, notice the firmness of your legs here. See if you can stay really low, stay really active. Hug baby close with the abdominal wall muscles if there's a little one in there. Use your breath, biggest inhale and biggest exhale. This time take a full peaceful warrior, reach all the way up and back. Side angle, stay. 3 breaths. Warrior 2. To triangle pose, and you can bring in a block if that feels good for your body. You can also finger your fingertips on the mat in the front of your leg, on top of your ankle, or behind your leg. It just depends on your body and its needs. It's also different every practice for me. It just depends on the day. Give yourself permission to be a different version of you every day. It's okay. Ignite your breath. Straighten through your spine. Take 2 more breaths here. And then return to your warrior 2. Find a high lunge shape with your hands at your heart center. You're going to step forward into chair pose. And I'm going to back up a little bit just to make sure you guys see me and rotate towards you. So you're in chair at the right edge of your mat. And see if you can drop your hands, drop your shoulders, drop your hips, wiggle your toes. Let there be lightness there. And then we're going to just gently pull the right knee to your chest and stand. And then sit all the way back down, chair pose. Stork pose with your left knee up. Keep the left foot active as you lift. And press all the way back down. So squeeze, you're squeezing up through the glute to lift your body, lift your shoulders in line with one another, and squeeze all the way down. Press into the floor, lift again. Use your hamstring to pull, and then push with the quad. Nice. Lift up. Press down. Lift up. Press down. You've got just 2 more on each side here, right? See if you can find this moving meditation. Lift up. Press down. Last time. And press down. Good stork pose on the left. Find that chair pose again. And you're encouraged here, if you've got a baby in you, your twist is going to look like a lumbar spine hold. If you don't have a baby, go ahead and take the twist on the right side. It's okay if you turned left first. We're going to do both. See if you can bring your head down in line. So your fingertips are creating this spine length in your body. The head always wants to be more important, so you even saw me adjust there because I really want to be upright and talking. And really, this is the humility of a really healthy chair. Again, if you're one of my pregnant mamas, you're here and the line is coming from the arm, pulling up. Keep baby and belly button forward. Just the upper chest rolls. Come all the way up, stand, breathe in. Bow forward over your legs, forward fold. Ha. That should feel really good. So stay here for about 5 breaths. You're invited to sway side to side or shake your head out. You're also invited to stay into stillness. Again, give your body permission to be a different version of you every day. Your yoga probably looked different 3 days ago. It'll look different 3 days from now. There's lots of opportunity in the sequence to add in, take away, do your own thing. So keep doing that, mamas. You're doing great. Come back to your chair pose. You don't have to rotate. You can keep facing that right edge of your mat. Chair, hands to your heartbeat, and then twist to the other side. Again, pregnant mamas are here. And if the joints of the knees start to feel really intense, see if you can rock them all the way back. That's going to put the muscle into your glutes, and then hug in as tight as you can. Here, reach up and lift. And again, if you're in a twisted chair pose, down here anchoring, see if you can extend the crown of your head away from your tailbone and keep drawing back and down. Nice. Press into your hands, stay in the chair, lightness in the toes. I'm right there with you in the fire. And again, remind yourself the fire doesn't hurt. You're not being burned. You're being empowered. You're being challenged. And you can do this with breath. Stay wherever you are in your twist. You've got just 2 more. So you can really keep integrity in your muscles and your spine. And then bow forward, exhale. Ha. So in peak Hanumanasana, or not Hanuman, sorry. Gorilla Asana. I don't remember what that is in Sanskrit today. And then wiggle through the toes. So hands are going to go completely underneath the feet. If you'd rather take Padagustasana, you can wrap your fingers around your big toes, pull up, find length, and draw your belly down. You're just in any variation of a forward fold that feels good to your body. So again, you can find wiggles, and you can find a pull down, whatever feels best. Biggest breath in, sigh the breath out, and then go ahead and stand all the way up. Come to the center of your mat so you're matching me. This song was added to the playlist today to give us some free time. So if you've got kids, this is the dance party song. If you don't have kids or your kid is inside of you right now, I want you to connect to your breath, but we're gonna flush our lymphatic system by kind of dancing on our mats. So I want you to find any kind of organic movement. You can mimic me the whole time. I'm gonna be doing movements that are really safe and really fluid. You're also encouraged to find anything that feels great for you. Good, so just start to flush a little bit and then bring your feet underneath your hips and you're gonna drop, 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 drop. If you're one of my postnatal mamas and there's a lot going on for you in this region, you can hold on, that's okay. There's no shame in touching this beautiful party part of yourself. And if you need to hold it so that the drop doesn't feel too intense, you can. Also, mamas that are pregnant, if you want to hold baby, you're just dropping into the heel. So the heel is really, really light. It's just a plop, 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 plop. Good. So your calf muscles are working, and then I want you to try to make it more of a jolt. And then start to make it more of a shake. Shake, shake, shake. Good, shake, shake, shake. Start to let it match your fingertips. And then shake out the right leg, shake, 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 shake. And then shake out the left. Shake, 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 shake. We still have that whole sequence to do on the left side. This is the reprieve in between, right? So now you're gonna find a rocking goddess. So I want your hips to do the work here. Like tap into why you're so cute, why your hubs loves you, why your man is your man. And have fun with this. Rock back and forth. And then you're gonna reach up. Opposite arm. Left hip, right arm up. Right arm, left hip way out. Good. I think I said that backwards. And you guys are doing a good job. Just keep following me. Keep marrying me. So sometimes it's just easier for me to teach a power class online or on a video because there's a sequence in my head. I have the jargon down pretty well. I've been teaching it for longer. Sometimes I write in lesson prenatal and in vinyasa. Get a little backwards and crazy. So keep going with it, mamas. You're doing great. So keep rocking. And then straight arms, straight legs. Come into your goddess. Come into goalpost if that feels good. I want you to hold on to the tops of your shoulders and roll. Good, roll. And if straight legs feels better for you right here, you can choose that. Let's find a few more. Come in the other direction, forward. Back and forward, nice. Nice, nice, nice. And then start to walk your feet in so they're right underneath you. Find Tadasana. Take a full breath and reach your hands up. Look to where you're reaching. Bring your hands to your heart center. Good, reach up, breathe in. And breathe out. Reach up, breathe in. And breathe out. Good. Walk your feet apart. And find a warrior 2 on your left side. So you're back at the original front of your mat. We're gonna do that same sequence from before. So you're gonna reach up into the ceiling, inhale, and then exhale, side angle pose. You should feel really, really warm. I've even got a little bit of sweat on my body at this point. And if you don't stress. Take the practice that's working for you today. It can look like amping up. It can also look like amping down. Keep inviting your smile into your practice. Really stretch up through this side body area on each side of these rotations. Stay low in your legs. And then take your side angle one more time. Peaceful warrior. Reach all the way up and back. Look to where you're reaching. And then side angle pose to hold. So you can be up. You can also be over. The important thing is to bring your sternum forward and up, no matter where the arm is in this posture. Keep pressing your back toe down as much as possible. Roll through the pinky toe edge, and that helps you sink lower into the side angle bend. One more full inhale here. And transition to triangle pose. Bring your hand again. You can be in front, on top of the ankle, or behind. You can also be on top of a block in any of those positions. So especially if you have something sturdy like a water bottle or a book, it's great to push in to the triangle pose to reach up and tilt forward and then expand, roll open. See if you can find lightness in your toes there. And keep rolling your feet to the outer edges of your feet, hugging in as tight as you can, lengthening, and then pressing and lifting up. Nice. Come back to your warrior 2. And then you're gonna rotate all the way down. We're gonna step back to that chair pose. We're not gonna be here for much longer this time. This time you're just gonna take a big giant chair and stay still. If you feel like you need to be wrung out more, you're encouraged to take your twists. If you want to bring your hands to your hips though and lean all the way back, or hold baby, you can. Or hold your shoulders open again. You always have options. Bring your right knee into your chest, stand, and cross that ankle over your knee. Sit all the way back into half chair pose. Good, figure four is so yummy on this right abductor. It's where you should be feeling it. Keep a hard flex in your right foot and then just sit back. And then have that conversation with your left foot. Just tell it that you trust it. It's okay to wobble. It's okay to find your platform at the bottom of your foot and on your mat, especially if you are on carpet. Be kind to yourself on the platform and the atmosphere that's around you right now. Reach that knee back up into your chest. And then if you'd like to take tree pose, you can open it up to the side. Again, be kind to your left foot if you wobble, like I just did, and then press your foot into your leg. Try to avoid the knee, but you can also be there as long as you're not pressing sideways into the knee. You want to be pressing and lifting up. It keeps your body safe. Hands can be at your heart, it can be down here on your baby, or they can be up in the sky. Bring the knee back forward, breathe in. Mountain pose with Utthita Hastasana. Biggest breath in. Tadasana, drop your body. And then take those same rolls for a moment in your shoulders, going up and back. Up and back. Keeping to your breath. And then roll forward. Really good, you guys. And then draw your left knee into yourself stork pose. Flex through your left foot as much as you can, and then figure four on the other side. So hard flex here in the left foot. You want to feel it in the left abductor, so you do that by bringing your body, instead of going down here, you want to go back. That's going to create that stretch. You can press into the knee to keep it. If you're going to press into the knee, make sure that left foot is really flexed. Find your breath in that silence and stillness. Then reach your leg back up to center. And then find your tree pose. And again, your foot can be on your knee. It can also be up here in your groin, on your inner thigh, or it can be down by your shin. So wherever feels best for you and your balance, you can also hold on to something. I've got a bookcase right here that I can reach to. So find something that works for you. You can also tell a kid to stand next to you and hold on to them, or they can hold on to you. If you are on the knee, make sure you're not pressing out and down. You want to press up and lift. Reach, take the same hands as before. All of the options are there in tree pose. Whoops. Come right back in if you fall out. This is called ballerina, back from my ballet days. And then draw that knee in, press all the way back down into chair pose. This time we're gonna take eagle. So for my mamas that aren't pregnant, right leg is gonna come over, right arm is gonna come under. If this is comfortable on my pregnant mamas, you can take this variation. If not, you can also come back into the figure four with the arms created in the bind. Right arm is under. If the bind isn't working for you, you can also cross your right arm underneath your left and hug yourself. Walk your hands back and then drop your shoulders down. See if you can sink back into the eagle or into the figure four. And then just encourage your breath. If you do have a baby here, it's a really easy pose to drop baby out and claw your tummy. See if you can engage your abdominal wall. And even if you're not pregnant, remember to pull your core in tight while you're increasingly drawing in these postures into your day. Good, release all of that. Stand in Tadasana, take a full breath in, reach up. Tadasana, hands down. And then eagle pose, left leg over, left arm underneath. Again, you can create that hug for yourself. You can also take globe mudra here. So globe mudra is circular hands, and you're gonna protract and pull your shoulders forward. I'm gonna show you the sides so while we're moving. So you're gonna pull the shoulders forward and then try to touch the elbows together. Usually you don't ever create an actual touching, but you're creating this big U-shaped hug and pull forward in your shoulders. It's going to create a lot of strength and release a lot of tension. Keep hugging your abdomen wall in no matter the posture you're in. These are your two options, the figure four and the eagle pose. Good, release, chair pose, sweep your hands back, sweep your arms up, mountain, and then bow all the way over your legs. No matter where you are on your mat, find a wide leg forward fold, bound elbows this time, and drop your head. Give yourself a little sway, side to side. Biggest inhales and exhales. And then plant your hands in front of you. Go ahead and walk your feet in just a little bit for Malasana. So options for Malasana, you can put a block underneath your tailbone. You can also sit back onto a pillow if that feels good, or you can hold Malasana. And if you're holding, just press the bottoms of your feet into the mat. Find the angle that's best for your ankle and your knee to be open and out. And then you're gonna press your elbows into your knees while also pressing your knees into your elbows to create this seal in your hands where you can't really move because you're choosing stillness and strength. Give yourself a lot of breath here. It's a wonderful position for our digestion. It's also a great birthing posture. So be where you need to be and for the reason you need to be here today. You're invited to close your eyes. You've got 3 more breaths right here. So good. And then if you do have something holding you up, go ahead and shift to the side and remove it. We're going to sit all the way down onto our mats. Bring our legs out. We might get a little bit cut off here, so I'm going to show you 1 foot at a time so you can keep the activation. Both feet are upright, pointing to the ceiling. That keeps the knee pointing upright and into the ceiling. Then hug the femurs into their sockets as tight as you can. You might have to shift the fleshy bits of yourself from underneath you. And then find tent fingers. Start to crawl forward with a really high open chest. And then if this feels good, stay here. Again, keep encouraging the feet up to the ceiling and then press the heels open and out. If forearms feel better here, you can choose this. You can also bring a bolster or a block on any of the sides, tall side, half side, flat side, so that you can bring your forehead down. And gently start to lift all the way up. Remove your props out of the way if you had them with you. Bring your right leg in for Janu Shirshasana. So if you've got anything in your body that lets this knee is like really high up here, it hurts to hug it in. See if you can bring something like a blanket underneath you to be propped up. So you always want to prop the knee in a way that feels really good for it. You can also double fold anything and give yourself a lot more height if that helps you sit up tall or helps the hip flexor not do extra work here. So reach up, breathe in, Janu Shirshasana. This foot can be all the way sealed in. For my pregnant mamas, that's not always a great option. So the heel can be right in line with your pelvic bone. And then reach up and over to the foot. And you can hold on to the foot, you can hold on to the shin bone. And again, reach up and over. Just like in that peaceful warrior stance, and then draw your arm over like in side angle. And then you've got options here. If you want to be all the way down, bowed over the knee, you can be. If you want to drop your forearm on the inside of your shin, you can be here and reach up and over. You can also relax this shoulder and this arm and bring behind you, or just hold onto your knee. There's always options in yoga. It's
for everybody. Not just mine, not just the people who discovered it and started doing it, for all of us. It's also for kitties and dogs and kids and the infants that are inside of us that haven't been born yet. Because it's about the breath. It's not about the postures. This feels good. But I want this to feel better. Go ahead and reach all the way up and take a stargazer pose. You're gonna press your right hand behind your right hip. Press all the way up and lift. Then look to where you're reaching. And then sit all the way down. Paschimottanasana, both heels in front of you. Reach up, breathe in. Bow forward. Hands can come to the bottom of the feet, outside edges. The shin bones. Hug the elbows in and back if you choose that. Extend the crown of your head towards your big toes. And just breathe. And take your left leg out, or left leg in, right leg out. And same thing. You'll notice in some bodies that one hip flattens more than the other. My right side always needs a little bit more support. And my left side, also the blanket feels really, really good here. So find what feels best. And again, your Janyu can be in all the way with this foot sealed like a tree pose, or it can be a little bit open to make room for baby if you need that. So go ahead and reach forward if that feels good. You can also reach over again. Taking any of the variations that feel best in your body. And you can flow through all of them the way I'm doing, or I can just be a reminder for the one you liked a lot. Wherever you're choosing to be, choose breath. Be there with your breath. And come all the way back up. And find Baddha Konasana, upright butterfly. Lift up into your torso and let your hips draw in and close to you and then open naturally. So you're holding yourself, it's still active here. The quads should be feeling a little bit of work in a good way. The hip joint and the groin should feel very, very stretched and safe because you're holding on tight with your hands. And sit up tall and start to wrap your forearms, around your shins. And grab the back of your ankles. Here, you can grab the tops of your feet. You can also just bring your hands to prayer and drop your head down. Notice the length you just created in the back of your neck when you did that. Draw your knees all the way in. Give yourself a little hug. If baby's in the way, you can be right here. And then hug baby close and give yourself a shimmy. Left leg is going to come underneath, and you're invited for the rest of this portion to sit up onto a blanket, if that feels good to you. And to kind of have pillows or props around that are going to help you support your leg for the next few minutes. So we're going to do the same type of foot massage that we do in class, and I just came into double pigeon. If this is not great on your hips, then you can choose a different variation. So you can be here in the double pigeon. You can also bring your shin on top of a block in front of you, so you don't have to be super, super close. You can also bring the shin out to the side so you're more open and you're just kind of nicely propped in a seated position. But you want to have access to your foot and be able to touch it. So see if you can bring the foot in even more, and if extending the front leg in front of you gives you more access, that's great too. You can also drop this knee onto a block. Lots of ways you can get here, guys. So take your reverse handshake. You're going to take your fingers in between all of the little creases of your toes. And if you got rings on like me right now, this is maybe a little harder than usual, so just be kind to yourself. And keep your left foot, if it is in front of you, flexed and up to the ceiling. If it's tucked underneath you, the flex is really powerful as well. So either way, your leg is engaged. And then start to take shimmy shakes between the foot and the hand. So it's like you're giving yourself a handshake, and you're going to just squeeze the toes into the hand and then squeeze the hand into the toes. You can take little rolls in your ankle if that feels good. And then start to tap. You're gonna create this little paw print where your hand is kind of curled in and open. There's a little pocket. And start to tap into the foot with both hands. And come up into the ankle and up into the shin, front of the shin especially, up into the knee, over to the side of the top of your thigh and back down. Keep coming up and down your foot, up and down your leg. Take a couple of big breaths here. Good. And then create a little fist and you're gonna pop all the way down. You can also be flat-handed here. So if you're hearing something crazy, that's my hand on my leg. So just do knuckles into the back of your calf and then start to knead the back of the calf forward. So you're gonna grip and then pull up with the thumbs. Yeah. And you can do one at a time if that feels good. So you're kind of creating this knead, or you can do one rolling motion onto your leg just to pull forward. And then go ahead and extend both legs in front of you, give them a little shake or a roll of your ankles, and then switch sides. Again, double pigeon is great for my body because I love being able to stretch my hips. If this doesn't feel good though, you can bring the leg in front of you and you can prop up underneath the knee. Really good, you guys. You can do the same thing we did on the other side. So I'm gonna give you a little bit more stillness, a little more silence from me. So find your reverse grip. And then just follow me on the recording. We're gonna just be here for a few more minutes. Intentionally being your breath. Start to take that paw print up and down your foot to the front of your leg first. And up into the thigh, into your glutes, down your quad. And then little knuckles into your shin. If that feels good into the inside of your thigh, you can do that too. And find that knead. Just pulling the tissue of your body up and over. You can find it at the same, or it can be opposite hands. Release your legs off. And you've got the option here for a hip opener. So you can be here again in double pigeon and just hold the pigeon. You can also be in half pigeon. I'm going to show you the most delicious way. I love propping myself up in half pigeon. You take either leg on top, and we're going to make space and time for both. So I'm going to take my left leg forward first and bring my blanket into this L shape of that my leg is making at my ankle. And then bring my bolster on top. And that way I've got lots of space if I've got baby here. And I can bring onto my elbows and tuck through your back toes and stretch back, and then place the leg down and release the back of the top foot. And relax all the way down onto your bolster. Kind of like your child's pose. Your head can also be forward. Or you can be completely slumped. And I want you to choose either that if that feels good. If you're already there, please stay. If you'd prefer to take something like Gomukhasana, you can bring your left leg underneath, right leg on top. And these are going to stack. The hands can be here or on top of the knees. I'm going to release the arm posture today. Make this a little more grounded, restorative. Drop in. Whichever posture you've chosen today, double pigeon, half pigeon, Gomukhasana, close your eyes. Be exactly right here now. And don't move as I move. Just hear the sound of my voice and let your experience be soft. very slowly, wherever you are, start to switch sides. So again, your options are your double pigeon. Can be in Gomukhasana. Also hold on to the outside edges of the feet. Just drop the hips down, press up, lift up. Or you can be in your half pigeon with your bolster setting you up. The left leg will go back this time. Again, once you're there, close your eyes. And let the experience be yours. Yoga isn't a pill. It's not going to make you feel perfect. It will sometimes make you feel better. It will sometimes bring up things where you're like, wow, I'm glad I sweat, but now I have a lot to think about. I have a lot of work to do now because I came to a conclusion in my practice. Sometimes you're just blissful and you're like, thank God I did my practice today. Whatever it is for you right now, notice and breathe. That's you doing the yoga. See, you can drop into your hips for just 2 or 3 more breaths wherever you chose to be. Release your hip stretch. And find space on your mat where you can roll all the way onto your back. So I'm going to move my props out of the way for a moment. So right here on our spines, you're going to extend the crown of your head away from your tailbone, press into your feet. See if you can brush your fingertips onto your ankles and lift up into bridge pose. My pregnant mamas, go ahead and roll to the side here. So you're in more of a fetal position, more of a side laying shavasana. We're going to avoid the bridge pose if you're pregnant. So be here and just relax. My mamas that need a little more activity right here at the end, go ahead and press into your feet and then lower down. Press in and lower down. This last one, you're going to press up and hold for 3 big breaths in and out, and in and out, and in and out. Release all the way down. And then everybody, my mamas who are pregnant or not, can bring a pillow or bolster underneath your tailbone. We're going to find waterfall. Again, if any of my mamas feel nauseous because of this upright position, you can also take this up against the wall. But if you feel nauseous here, see if you can rock forward and have the bolster behind you, holding you up either here, and then you can bring your legs up or against the wall like this or like this, however you're most comfortable. Make sure you do have a wall support if you need that support though in this posture. You can also just take classic legs up the wall. Viparita Karani. Right here laying on the floor with your legs extended. Let your feet feel like they're floating, because they are. You can move them around and give yourself ankle rolls, or you can be perfectly still and let your body start to drop in. Moving towards Shavasana.
feel like you're here for a long time. But the benefits of this posture come after 2 to 3 minutes, closer to 5. So we're going to be here together for just a few more. Just tap into the music, tap into your breathing. You can give more of your body weight to the wall, to the floor, or to the bolster, whatever's holding you. And if you're very comfortable here, go ahead and stay. If you'd like to take a twist with me, go ahead and draw your knees into your chest. My pregnant mamas, you can drop over onto one side and then just open up through the chest, hold on to the rib cage, hold on to baby. If you're not one of my pregnant mamas, you can extend the left leg under, right leg across, and come into a full supine twist. Take your gaze with you over to your right hand. Fullest breath in, sigh the breath out, drop closer to the floor. And come back to where you began and shift all the way over to the other side. Again, if you're pregnant, you can stay in this half fetal and then just draw open the chest. You can prop up with the elbow. If you're not, you can extend the right leg long, hold on to the left thigh, and draw open. Look and gaze to your left hand. Come all the way back to center. Hug yourself into a little ball yoga mudra. And then it's time for Shavasana. So traditional Shavasana shape. You can be here. Fully relaxed into the floor. You can also be in a side laying Shavasana. If you're going to choose that, bring a couple of blocks or props around you. You can shift all the way back onto your mat if you rolled off like me. And maybe bring a blanket underneath your head, under your shoulder. You can also roll the blanket up so that your neck is fully supported and you're in the same line from head to tailbone. You can hold on to baby. You can just hold on to your body. Close your eyes. Give yourself full permission to rest.
And take your time finding an upright seat. You can be supported by anything you'd like, or supported by just yourself on your mat. And start the way you began, with your hands pressing into your knees, into the top of your legs. So tall, find length in your neck and your throat, and your ribs. Take a full breath in together. Sigh the breath out. Big breath in. Big breath out. Bring your hands to your heart center, and then up to your third eye. All the light and love that lives inside of me sees and honors the light and love in you. I cherish you, and I rejoice that we share the same light. Namaste, mamas. Beautiful work. I'll see you again soon.